Africa can't rebuild until we unite. That's bottom line. Black people have to come together, diaspora have to come together, African Americans have to come together, even the minorities that is descendant of Africa all have to come together.
Bonjour tout le monde, ici Unissons de Evieullons, la chaîne d'inspiration de la jeunesse africaine. Je tiens à vous souhaiter une bonne et heureuse année 2020. La vidéo d'aujourd'hui parlera de Evieullons. Evieullons qui est une icône africaine et également un philanthrope. Nous espérons que la vidéo d'aujourd'hui va vous inspirer au max. Donc si vous aimez la vidéo, n'hésitez pas à liker, à commenter, à partager, mais aussi à activer la cloche de notification. Je vous remercie.
This world is all about branding and marketing. The number one branders in the universe is the United States. They made United States seem like it's the best place in the world to be. It's the land of the free, home of the brave. I go there to find and chase my dreams. We have to be able to tell our own stories. Directors, filmmakers, entertainers, it's going to be clearly, and the press, it's going to be your job to redefine how people think about Africa. Because you're here, you see what's going on. You clearly can see in a vivid picture the good, the bad, and the ugly. What you choose to put out there is what the world is going to get. Because I can tell you right now, in Chicago alone, there's more people dying in Chicago than there was in the war in Iraq. But you would never see that. There's a lot of things that's happening in the US that you would never see because they choose to show you what they want you to see for, it's about country integrity. You have a certain reputation you have to keep. No one puts their family business out into the street. One of the problems we have in Africa is that when something happens, the press is quick to put out negative energy and quick to put out a negative story. And then that story goes on to internet and other broadcasting systems take it and they post it. So when you look at places like Kenya, for instance, that I know of, maybe what, 2 terrorist attacks, but it was everywhere. So now people was afraid to go to Kenya because somebody shot up the mall. But then when you look online, there was over 25,000 attacks in the US, but you only knew about maybe 5 or 6. So we have to really rebrand. And then when you look at how the world perceives Africa, they're right. You know, you see zebras, lions, tigers, bears. Oh my. You get to the point where you think Africa's just a big jungle. The images that they're showing of Africa is historical images. This is way before civilization. This is when they were still, you know, battling with spears, like times of Shaka Zulu. No, I'm serious. But then when you look at the US, they're showing Superman, Batman, you know? Where is our Superman? Where is our, like, Shaka Zulu should be a superhero today. Really? So we have to tell our own stories. I mean, even Jesus is white. And you believe it. But Africa have to teach the same history of our ancestors, the great things that they have accomplished. You know, this younger generation, we kind of figured it out. My goal before I'm happy is to see Africa fully developed or in the process of development in a way that the younger generation can move forward in the future. And Africa can't rebuild until we unite. That's bottom line. Black people have to come together, diaspora have to come together, African Americans have to come together, even the minorities that is descendant of Africa all have to come together. Because Africa's the continent is too big. And one man's dream can only ignite the fire, like, you know, ignite the flame, but everybody has to come in to create a forest fire.
Would you say that the black community likes unity?
100%. I think that's the thing, you know, the unity has always been our weakest link, you know, and I think history created that separation, and since then we never was able to come back together. And when you look at the Jewish community as an example, they are the smallest community in the universe, but they run the world. Reason? Because they come together. No matter how small, they always work together, they always merge each other's companies, they always involve each other in certain deals, they always create partnerships that creates and protects the investment of their people. You know, and they do it in a very polite way. They offer opportunities while they're doing it, but they always do it together. You know, and even the Chinese, the reason why they're so strong, because they connect and stay together. China and Africa should be like this right now, parallel. But the reason why China's here is because they have figured out the art of unity. And I think until Africa does that, it's going to be hard for us to grow.